Hello beading friends, welcome to the fifth and almost last video of the tutorial for this beaded mouse. We already did the head and the body together. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I will link you the playlist where you will find all the previous videos. If you completed beading the previous parts, we can bead the upper hands, and we will do also the little decorations on the neck and the sleeves. Really looking forward to bead with you today. So yeah, let's begin beading. We start beading as usual with 3 beads and a tied knot, but pay attention, at the second row we already have a change to the usual pattern. We add 2 beads at the first 2 corners and only 1 bead between the third and the first bead of the first row. And in the next row, the third one, we only add 1 bead at a time. So we don't bead a triangle, but more like a tube out of beads. We continue beading row after row, adding 1 bead at a time. In one row, we add 5 beads. Again, 1 at a time, until we can count the beads from the bottom to the top, and there will be 3 beads to count, like this. 1, 2, 3. In the next row, we go with the needle through 2 beads, and not only through 1, and then we add 1 bead. We add another bead, and then we go through 2 beads again with our needle, and then add the third bead of the row. The next row, we fill the bigger gaps between the beads where we put the needle through 2 of the beads of the previous row. We fill those gaps only with 1 bead. And the next row, we will bead with the fur-colored beads. In these following rows, we only add 3 beads in the row, 1 bead at a time. And just like this, we keep beading row after row, until again we count the beads from the bottom upward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 beads. Then we add 2 beads, 1 bead, and 2 beads again. In the next row, you add 2 fur-colored beads, 1 shadow-colored bead, another shadow-colored bead, and 2 beads of the fur color, and close the row with 1 bead of the fur color. As you can see, we bead now the bow, and we have an inner side of the bow and an outer side. The inner side will be in the shadow color, and the outer side in the fur color. We keep making the bow a little bit wider through adding 2 beads at a time at the sides, until eventually we just keep beading row after row without widening the bow further. You can always slow down the video to see precisely which beads I add and at which points I add 2 beads at a time, or I go with my needle through 2 beads of the previous row to close the paw at the top. So it will make a more, not really a circle, but like a round up shape. Once I will finish beading this part, I will also show you the pattern. You can pause the video there and compare the pattern of your bow to mine. And if everything looks correct, you can repeat the previous steps and bead the second arm. Once the second arm is finished, we add the little nails of the mouse. Bead them in the contouring color by adding one bead at a time at the gaps at the top of the paw. And then once this is done, we lead the end of the thread with our needle to the top, to the dark sleeve of the mouse. And then we decorate the sleeve with the third cloth color that you chose. In the first row of the decoration, you add 2 beads at a time. Then you bead 1 bead at a time in between those 2 beads. This way you have 6 beads in the row. In total, for this decoration of the sleeves, we need 4 rows of the third garment color. These 4 rows you bead in the direction of the paw, so like downwards. And of course we need to repeat this for a second time for the second paw. And once we're done with the paws, we can bead the color of the mouse. Like we did with the sleeves, we add 2 beads of the third garment color in between the last row of beads of the dress or of the body of the mouse. The second row of this color, we bead 1 bead at a time, so we have double the number of beads in the second row. The collar consists of 4 rows, like the decoration on the sleeves. Once you are finished beading with the 4 rows, you can make a tight knot and hide the knot within the body of the mouse. Now we finished beading all the parts of the mouse for today, and the only thing that is left for us to do is sewing the arms to the body. We do this in the same way as we did with the ears and also with the neck and the head. You can use the pattern on the dress as orientation to make the arms symmetrical on the same height of the body. There is no rule how many stitches you need to bead the arms and the body together. Just make sure that the arms are not too loose. Once the arms are stable, you should lead the thread to the paw again. And then we repeat the same for the other part of the body with the second arm. Once the 2 arms are joined with the body, you put 1 thread through the front of the body and then make a tight knot with the other thread from the other arm, so it will look like the mouse is holding the paws together. Hide the knot inside the body and cut the thread ends. Can you imagine next week will be already the last video for this tutorial and your beaded mouse will be finished. I really hope everything is going well. if you have any questions, you can always send me via email, social media, or here in the comments. If you finish your beaded mouse, and you can send me photos until the 20th of November, you can take part in a giveaway. I will be giving away a starter kit for beaders who want to bead beaded animals. It will contain Miyuki beads, the bead eyes for the teddy bears that I mentioned in the introduction video, that also filling material and really thin nylon thread and proper professional beading needles. The giveaway is international. I will compose 3 different palettes, and the winner of the giveaway will be able to choose between the 3, so that I can make sure that you will get the bead colors that you would love and that you would really like to work with. Next week I will show the color palettes and the finished starter kit that will be ready to be sent to the winner. Really hope to see your beading process. It always brings me lots of joy to see the beaded mouse of different people, and like the beading process and the colors that you chose. The beaded mouse are so different and so lovely and so cute in their own ways. So I really hope to see your mouse soon. For this week, that's it. I really hope that you will join me next week and we will bead and finish the mouse. Until then, I wish you a very nice time, and see you there. Bye bye.